Good evening. Welcome on in to another episode of From Day One. We'll pick up from this afternoon with more of the craziness of a day in the life of Judge Simpson.
Okay. That's failure to report, sir, so that you understand how I work. I will make sure the Washington County Sheriff's Department comes out and gets you. And then there's not going to be a whole lot of hope in terms of getting any bond from me if you don't follow my instructions. Understood? Thank you. Yep. Court calls case, People versus Robin Robinson.
Rob Dowd and other people.
Andrew White on behalf of Robin Robinson. Hi, Robin Robinson here.
You want to argue with me too?
Yes, please.
No, I'm kidding. I just usually after something like that, nobody wants to talk to me. All right.
Your Honor, there is a
Court calls case of People versus Toya Adler. You have her bond violation report.
I do not think I do.
Well, you should. It's a doozy.
I got a violation.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you do.
We're violating your ass on many levels.
No, I don't believe I do get the bond violation.
All right, here we go. Ms.
Go for it, Your
was
Honor.
scheduled to report on February 4th for intake. She did not complete intake until February 7th. Due to being ill and unable to report in person, she was instructed to begin calling the DART hotline and report for weekly testing. She submitted an initial test on 2/10/22, which was positive for
Everything.
for marijuana or THC. We didn't have a card. Her second test was also positive. Excuse me. Zeller was approved by the court to begin testing at on-site in Redford. She was advised to sign a release and have all tests sent to community corrections via fax or mail. And as of this date, she has not, the date of the report, which was 2 days ago, they have not received any tests, which means they have not received test results for 3 tests in a row.
That's a lie. That's a lie. Can I speak?
Okay, you want me to call the community corrections officer and say that they're lying in a report to the court?
Yes.
No, I got
Please say
Ms.
yes.
Wiles text messaging who said that she did receive the test results from on site. I have a text message for that. I could screenshot it and email it to my attorney.
When did you receive that text message?
Right now. I got the text message from scroll down here. Boom. This was alright. Text message March the 1st. Text message Friday.
Is that text message indicating that they received the results from Redford?
Yes, she said she did. Yes, she did. She said she received the results and my little signature of admittance for the THC. And my magistrate Alicia already in my arraignment said that I could use my medical marijuana because when I went to jail, I had my medical marijuana card with me. I had the card with me.
Ma'am, you have to give the card to community corrections.
I did. I gave it to Ms. Wiles the day that I signed up for it. She took a copy of it. Ms. Wiles has a copy of my medical marijuana card that I've had for 2 years.
Ma'am, did you listen to what I read? I am not so much concerned about the marijuana.
I am.
I don't see that they didn't violate you for that.
Yeah, I
don't have test results.
I've given at least three results. There was 2 at community corrections, 2 with Ms. Wiles that I did there, and I did 1 at the on-site. And the only reason why
what did you want to do with this? Because I'm not going to sit up here and argue with you. What did you want to do with this?
Right. Well, I was unaware of the bond violation before, like I said, so I didn't have a chance to speak with her. But it sounds like she does have some proof, possibly. If we could just keep the prelims date. And if she can get that over to me, I can get it to the court.
I need to get what to you?
The text messages that you say that you have from Miss Wild, if you can give me screenshots.
Here's what I'm going to do. You need to get that over there, get all of that corrected with Community Corrections. I'm not setting it for prelim at this point in time because otherwise I'd be taking other action prior to setting that. I'll adjourn it out 1 week to the 17th.
Yeah, killing her.
She needs to have all of that corrected and get all of that information if she's saying this report is wrong.
Also, can you
Bond will continue.
I have one more thing though for the testing. Can you re-enter that I am allowed to use my medical marijuana? Because a magistrate Fink,
If
when I went to arraignment, she approved it already.
Ma'am, if
Loser.
you have told me they haven't, so I'm not re-entering anything. If you have a medical marijuana card, you would be permitted to use.
Ms. Wild said that that she didn't get it on record from the judge, from Mrs. Fink, when I did the magistrate. So
I thought you said Magistrate Fink said so.
She did, but they didn't see it in like the recording.
Ma'am, I am not doing anything. I've set you for next week. Everybody needs to get everything clear. You need to get that information to your attorney.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Court calls the case. People versus Alexis Baker.
People versus the loser.
Ms. Baker, will you please unmute yourself and state your full name for the record, please?
Alexis Baker.
You want to argue with me too, Miss Baker?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
Okay,
Hell yeah.
Just checking. All right. I'm just trying to figure out what I'm in for. Miss Baker
You're
goes.
in for stupid people.
No arguing.
Okay.
Court calls the case. People versus James Blake.
Jessica Blanche appearing on behalf of people.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Chinazi Kiriakaruli on behalf of Mr. James Blake.
Boy, talk about somebody that wants to argue with me. Where's
I've been practicing.
Not you. I'm not talking about you, but now you want to go. Let's go. I'm about ready today.
We're all warmed up now.
Yeah. I stay warmed up. All right. What are we doing on this case?
Your Honor, I have had an opportunity to speak with my client. We will be requesting an adjournment. For the record, there is an offer from the people. Is there an offer? We are in communication about a possible resolution to this case. At this time, we are requesting an adjournment to send over some documentation to the people. If we could get 2 weeks, Your Honor, that would be greatly appreciated.
Any objection from the people?
No, Your Honor.
Probable cause will be adjourned March 24th, 2022, 9 a.m. Bond will continue.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
Next time Blake comes back, I'll be ready for him.
All right, we'll team up. All right, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
Court calls the case. People versus Wyatt Boyce.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. We're arguably ready in this matter. But we ain't arguing with nobody.
Oh, boy. My days
There's a
going
money for
like
the people,
this,
Your Honor.
And then Lauren Brown shoots.
And then Lauren Brown showed up.
All right, I do have a bond violation report.
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, that's news to me.
Is he here, Mr. Boyce?
Yes, he's here. Mr. Boyce, could you give your name?
Wyatt Boyce.
Do you have a medical marijuana card?
I do not. I was using marijuana before I was arrested.
All right, it's expired, and he's testing positive and doesn't have a card.
And Your Honor, my notes from Community Corrections indicate that he was ordered to report on January 30th, 2022 within 24 hours. He actually completed intake on February the 7th. And the February 7th 10 panel had the positive THC, and we continued to have positive THC all the way to March the 2nd.
Yeah, that's
Okay, so my first question is the bond, was Mr. Boyce aware that there's a bond condition saying that he should not use marijuana? It's not illegal anymore. So on the face of it, that's not an issue. Only if it's a violation of the bond itself.
Right. If it's a violation of the bond, and I believe, yeah, because it's a DV, so I'm sure she had the standard conditions. And that is correct. He was not to use. It's on his release.
So the second question becomes, how long after he was arrested was he tested?
Well,
he didn't report for a week.
When was tested on the 7th.
Okay.
And at least for the next 30 days, well, about 30 days, he's been positive.
All right.
And they had a discussion about, so that you know, Mr. Brown, because I know you don't have it. He did indicate that he had an expired card, but he doesn't. I mean,
and Your Honor, at this point, the people would just be requesting that he continue testing, and I'd request levels for the next few tests, and then we'll sort of go from there.
Then that's fair. If Mr. Boyce could be told by the court that we've already been told that, but if he reminded he's not to use marijuana during the pendency of this case, as that is a condition of his bond, I believe that he can follow that.
You understand that, sir? Because he told me, well, he told community corrections he hadn't smoked since intake. So whatever he had before intake was just some good stuff. I'm just saying, I don't know. I don't do it, so
Allegedly.
Allegedly, it must have been good. I don't know. It's hanging around. Didn't want to go home.
Smoking pretty heavily beforehand.
Okay. All right.
So I just want levels, Your Honor, for him to continue testing.
All right. I'll indicate defendant to continue testing. Now, what we're going to do with the case?
Oh, yeah, we're setting this. Yes, we're setting it for preliminary examination. Now, they say marijuana use makes your memory kind of funny.
You didn't even know my name. I don't know what that's about. I'm just saying. All right, so.
That was too good.
You want a preliminary examination? Will that be by Zoom or in person?
Yeah, yes, please, Your Honor. By Zoom.
By Zoom?
Yes, please.
You gonna remember that? Preliminary examination.
Do my best. I'm gonna write it down.
Yeah, okay, you do that. Preliminary examination will be by Zoom, and I guess so we can get, this is.
Yes, Your Honor.
March 22nd.
Do we possibly have the 29th, please, Your Honor?
As long as Mr. Boyce has no issue with that, he's out of custody. I don't see that as an issue. Is that an issue for you?
What about 4 or 5?
Yes, please.
Will that work for you, Mr. Brown?
It always works for me. Mr. Boyce, do you have anything scheduled at that time that will prevent you from participating?
No, I do not. And if anything comes up, this is more important than anything else. So that works for me.
All right, then.
I like the way he thinks. 4-5, April 5th, 2022. That will be
That's a
at 9
smart person.
a.m. And that will be before Judge Perry.
All right, thank you.
All right. Bond will continue.
Bond will
You are
continue,
to
Howard,
continue
anytime.
testing. We're going to get levels on that. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Let's see if Mr. Brown can remember that date.
Oh, come on.
I just have to remember where I wrote it down, though.
Down, you're right. Forecast case, people versus Colleen Byers.
Jessica Blanche appearing on behalf of people.
Ready, Judge. Torshell Feaster, Assistant Public Defender, on behalf of Mr. Byers. Mr. Byers, please state your name for the record.
Byers.
Thank you, Judge. I've had a chance to talk to Ms. Blanche on this matter, as well as Mr. Byers.
There's a bond violation on Feaster.
Me?
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Never mind.
I try to keep my nose clean, Judge.
Yeah, I know. Not doing a very good job. Go ahead.
Scared me for a minute. Mr. Byers needs a brief adjournment, Your Honor, so that we can try to get a resolution worked out on their file, Judge. If we could go 2 weeks, that would be very helpful.
Probable cause will be adjourned. March 24th, 2022.
He can be funny when
9
need be.
a.m. Bond will continue. That tells you Feaster's doing stuff he's not supposed to be doing.
Am I free to leave, Judge?
Yes, you are free to leave. Thank you. That was the 11 o'clock block. All right. Folks, give us about 5 minutes, and then we'll come back. We'll start with the next block, and we'll just try to keep moving. I got to get that set up.
Of course, we'll edit it out here and just go right back into the next block. Judge Simpson, you're back on case. Please gavel in. Oh, hold on. What the hell's going on in the corner?
Your Honor, I just need a breakout room with Mr. Kyle, unless you need a breakout room.
Oh, Mr. Kyle.
Yes.
With Mr. Loser.
Good. Oh, good. I don't have to talk to you. All right. So I didn't mean it that way.
Yes, you did.
Much worse than I meant it.
Not anymore today, anyway, hopefully.
Okay. So if we can put counsel in.
If we can put the losers in the breakout corner, please.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, ma'am. Court calls the case, People State of Michigan versus Tony Darnell Smith. Well, the good news is, Mr. Feaster, I canceled your warrant.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I do right. Mr. Smith is not here.
No, Your Honor. But I don't know why he's not here, Your Honor.
Bench warrant will issue for defendant's failure to appear. Bond is setting amount of 10,000.
10,000
yen. 10% privilege on that. That warrant will issue immediately.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you for canceling my warrant.
Yes, sir. And giving your client one. All right. LaShawn Taylor.
For giving your client.
On behalf of the people. Did you notice Mr. Feaster kept moving around?
I know.
He's worried about getting arrested.
A little shady.
The real Slim Shady?
Defender Clinton Anderson, looking on behalf of Mr. Thorns. Mr. Thorns, please state your name.
Loser?
Patrick Thorns.
Your Honor, today's date and time for probable cause conference. I am in receipt of a bond violation in this case, and I know the court is aware, but for the record, the defendant was first placed on conditions in October 2021. He tested positive for THC, cocaine, and amphetamines. Two tests positive for all three of those substances in October. November, 2 tests.
Thank you.
Mr. Brown, you're not muted.
We can hear you, Loser.
2 tests positive for those substances in November for THC. I should say 1 for cocaine, another with an abnormal creatinine level. Continued positive tests for THC. And most recently, on February 24th, he had a positive test for THC and cocaine. And then on March the 8th, he missed his sample. In this case, the court had previously cautioned the defendant about testing positive and had warned him a positive that he was not to be using cocaine. That admonishment happened on February the 3rd. He has been adjourning this case for several months. So at this point, I am requesting that the court revoke his bond and remand him to the custody of the Washtenaw County Jail pending any further hearing.
Your Honor, may I speak?
Oh, they thought it'd be good.
Ms. Anderson?
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, unfortunately, I've not had a chance to make any contact with, any substantive contact anyway, with Mr. Thorne. I am in receipt of the bond violation report. It does indicate that there was a relapse and that he was to get back in contact with CCOP I don't have any further information as to whether he's made that contact since the date of this report.
So in other words, he hasn't.
Your client wanted to talk. I don't know what you.
I would
Please.
advise Mr. Thorne not to address
Please
the
don't.
specifics of the violation.
Okay, yes.
If there's something else that you wish to address, Mr. Thorne, then we can move forward from there.
No, yes, I was released from prison in October of 2021. I've been out of jail since then. I haven't had any police contact. Yes, I did have a relapse. I'm not running from the state. I have a whole nother case that I'm dealing with that I'm on bond for. The reason I wasn't able to get back with Brad was because the violation had came as in it was before I it was after I got the message from Brad. I have class today. It's not like I'm running from the state or anything like that. I'm dealing with it in my own way. I have a lot going on. I'm just trying to get my life together, period. It's nothing. I'm not running from the state at all, period.
Yes,
I just had court the other day. And for this case, I'm trying to come. I really want to waive my preliminary examination and try to find a global resolution because I'm going to have Darlene O'Brien.
All right, look. Grand reality, you don't stop using, you're gonna end up going back to prison. That's grand reality. What I'm gonna do in this case is his probable cause. I'll adjourn it out 1 week to the 17th, 9 a.m. That will indicate, sir, that I am revoking your bond. I did admonish you. You continue to use. The only thing that I would add, which makes it worse for you, is that when the cocaine disappeared, at least as a positive test, you had abnormal creatinine, which
Routine.
this court considers to be a positive. So you've been using a whole lot more when the cocaine shows up. So you need to report to the Washington County Jail by 6 p.m. this evening. If you fail to report, a bench warrant will issue for your arrest.
So I need to go to court today?
You need to report to the Washington County Jail by 6 p.m. today.
Okay.
If you fail to report, so that you know, I'll issue a bench warrant for your arrest with no bond, and you can bank on it that I'm going to come get you.
Okay, yes, sir. No problem. I'm going to report.
Right? And then I set it for next week. Thank you.
Okay. So we're going to move ahead to part 3. These were recorded as 3 portions. So now, the finale. As we continue. I think that's all we need for Nebula to go ahead.
Court calls case People versus Jimmy Trussell.
Jessica Blanchard on behalf of people.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Chinazi Kiriakinruli on behalf of Mr. Jimmy Trussell.
Jimmy G. Trussell? Okay.
Mr. Trussell.
Your Honor, I have had contact with Mr. Trussell as recent as this morning, and I think I did see him logged in at one point in time. If the court could pass this matter, I can try and give him another call and see exactly what's going on.
Well, he's missing his text consistently. At least it appears he's testing shortly thereafter, but he needs to test within the windows. I don't know why he's not here.
I can give him a call right now, Your Honor. I spoke with him this morning. I did see him logged in earlier, and
When you call him, tell him he's got a bench warrant. Bench warrant will issue for defendant's failure to appear. Bond set in the amount of $10,000. Cash surety. That warrant will issue. That warrant, I'll give you a few days to get it clear. So I'll give you a day to get it clear. That warrant will issue by the 11th instead of immediately. So I won't issue it till tomorrow so you can get to it. So you can get this rectified. Thank you. Court calls case, People versus Tania Ware.
Tania.
Jessica Blanche Graham, you have people.
First Assistant Public Defender Kalina Anderson with on behalf of Ms. Ware. Ms. Ware, please state your name.
Tiana Ware.
And Your Honor, in this matter, we've had a chance to review some videos. I've asked Ms. Blanche to see if there was some additional video showing the beginning of the initial contact with my client. She's agreed to do so. So I would ask for an adjournment of the probable cause conference, and I would ask that the offer remain open until we've had a chance to review that video.
Hello?
Shut up, sir.
Seriously. All right. Hello?
Shut up, sir.
Who is it?
It's a moron.
You found him?
iPhone 5, yeah.
iPhone 5?
Wait,
Hello?
is this the this is
Yeah,
the
he knows where the mute button is. I'll adjourn this one to April 7th, 2022, 9 a.m. Probably one of Anderson's comments.
I'm sorry.
April 7th, Your Honor.
Yes, April 7th. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll be in touch, Ms. Ware.
Okay.
Who is that? Now he's interrupting my court.
Of course he is.
Where,
He's not smart, Your Honor.
Your Honor, if I may.
The gentleman who has a picture framed in the back. You keep interrupting my proceedings. iPhone 5, what is your name?
So I can arrest you.
What is your name, sir?
Jimmy.
Jimmy what?
Jimmy Loser.
He didn't answer. We'll have to get his file back. You need to stay muted and quit talking and interrupting proceedings.
Yes, unless you want to go to jail.
I'll call your case back because right now you have a bench warrant because you didn't answer. So I don't think you want to say anything to me. I'm telling you, I'll get your file back. I'll get your file back.
Others, I'm willing to help you, but shut the fuck up.
That's apparent. So you
Yes,
may
it is,
want
Your
to
Honor.
try to call or talk to you. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Mr. Carey and Mr. Trussell, put him into a breakout room. She can teach him or try to tell him how he needs to conduct himself in my courtroom.
Yeah.
And that way, I will try to get the file back. And then in that way, he doesn't walk around with a warrant.
Aw, I want him to walk around for warrant, Your Honor. Let him walk around for
Court calls the
warrant.
case. People versus Lavelle, Washington.
Nimish Ganatra, First Assistant Prosecuting Attorney for the People.
Assistant Public Defender Melissa Freeman on behalf of Mr. Washington, and he is at one of our best points. It looks like he's muted and trying to figure that out.
Others, he don't know technology, sir.
In the meantime, while he's doing that, though, Mr. Washington does not have a phone number that works.
Hang on a second.
Okay, he walked away. All right.
I know, they had to send in. I'll address that. All right, he's unmuted. Sir, state your name.
Sir,
Hello, my name
please
is
don't be stupid.
Larzelle O'Neill Washington, not Lavelle.
So you want to go to jail?
And good morning. Afternoon, rather. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you, you loser.
Okay, well.
All right, and Your Honor, I haven't had a chance to speak with Mr. Washington. He does not have a phone that works. If we could just get the adjournment. And, sir, I would need you to give a call to the public defender's office.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Mr.
Others, we
Washington,
need you
I
to
will
stop being
adjourn your
stupid.
matter out to March 24th, 2022 at 9 a.m. This bond at this moment will continue. Mr. Washington, I'm going to give you one warning. Okay?
Don't be stupid.
My staff at this court and the clerks here work very hard to try to serve the public. They work very hard to make sure that everybody that comes in, particularly in the time of this pandemic where people are operating by Zoom, and those that don't know how to use the technology, that they have access to the courts and they do that. Okay. Hold on. Because I received a report, and I don't receive it very often, from my clerk's office that you were very rude to them. Okay. And that you were, just hold it.
Shut up.
And that you were very rude to them. They will help you in any way they possibly can. I do notice that what you have in there helping you is a court security officer, which leads me to the conclusion that the clerks kind of gave up. So I'm going to leave you with this warning before we see you on the 24th. Right. That if you show up and you're rude to my clerks again, the person that's helping you now, those court security officers, will be taking you into custody.
They will be cuffing your ass.
Understood.
Not really, because that's not the truth.
Ooh. Wrong answer.
I did not get rude with no one. And somebody woke up on the bad side of the bed. The first clerk, young lady, is a beautiful person. The other clerk, young lady, had an attitude. So, realistically, that's not the truth. So I'm not going to admit to something that's not the truth.
Okay, then I've given you my warning.
Okay.
So you want to fight with me? Yeah, that battle is lose.
You
Lee, send those deputies in.
For what? Well, if you want me to apologize, I'll apologize.
Your Honor, could Miss Kleiman and Mr. Washington have a breakout room?
Yeah, I'm trying to save him.
You want to go in there with them? Hey, you better all go in there.
I'm trying to save his ass, Your Honor.
Because they're on their way down there now. Put Miss Kleeman, Mr. Washington, and Miss Gaines into a breakout room.
And so I'm trying to save your ass.
And Your Honor, could we pass Mr. Cadell, Wells Cadell, please, while we're in the breakout room?
Yes.
Thank you.
So we're trying to save your ass, and you're not helping.
What you got to do?
Oh boy, he better. You know what? Mute him because he's going to end up getting himself locked up.
Yes, he is, Your Honor, and we appreciate it. Oh, sorry. Did you say that?
Okay. Which you wanted me to pass? Well, attorney had to go into a breakout room. I think you saw that. So
yeah,
I can't call the case. So I'll call it up first in the next block. All right.
Okay.
Can you wait a bit?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you, sir. All right.
Thank you.
Court is standing in recess. I was going to call before I took a break your client's case. Oh, he's coming back, I think.
Please say it's not the idiot, Your Honor.
Yeah, he's out. I need you to unmute. Okay, he unmuted. Mr. Carey. Okay. Court recalls case, People versus Russell.
Thank you again for that, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Chinazi E. Carey Akinruli on behalf of Mr. Jimmy Trussell. Give us a second, Mr. Trussell.
Don't say
Jessica Blanchard, we have people.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Trussell's present.
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right. I'll cancel this warrant.
Oh, don't cancel the warrant. I wanted you to pick him up, Your Honor.
All right. So, Mr. Trussell, did you?
I don't think so, Your Honor.
Did you want a new date?
No, Your Honor. We're actually ready to set this matter for a preliminary exam. That was our request today. Yes, Your Honor.
All right. I'll set it for a preliminary examination. You want that Zoom or in person?
Mr. Trussell would like a Zoom one.
Can I have a Zoom in person,
okay.
please?
Gotta make sure he knows how to work it. I'll set a preliminary examination via Zoom. That will be set for March 22nd, 2022, 9 a.m. That will be before Judge Washington.
Oh, Washington. Okay.
His bond will continue.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Regular case 1 and second case 3.
All right. You're welcome.
You're all set, Mr. Trussell.
Your client should thank you for saving him.
Thank his lucky stars. Right. He was just this close to going to jail.
You can hang up, Mr. Trussell. You're all set.
Can you call in here,
Well,
Sir, shut up.
no, I don't need to recall Washington. But here's what I'll do. Miss Gaines, you were in the breakout room with Miss Kleeman and your client. I don't need to see him again, but I got deputies waiting out. Can you assure me he's straight as to how he needs to conduct himself?
Absolutely, Judge.
All right, on your assurance, I will do that. I think I already gave the due date and everything, so if you can let them know, they can please escort him out of my building.
You're good to go, Mr. Washington. Take care.
Court calls the case of the People versus Carlos Wells Codell.
It's like
Now,
Carlos,
he disappeared for a while.
Yes, he did, Your Honor.
He came back. He's there.
Aw.
Mr. Codell, you ready? Okay.
Yes, sir. You're on.
All right, let's go
Mr.
for it.
Sinatra, First Assistant Prosecuting Attorney for the People.
Troy Gaines, Senior Assistant Public Defender, representing Mr. Wells Codell. Your Honor, there are no offers on this matter. Mr. Wells Codell is indicating he would like a Zoom preliminary exam.
On both matters?
Yes, please.
On all 87 matters?
All right. That preliminary examination via Zoom will be set for March 29th, 2022, 9 a.m.
Bond will
And
continue.
those are before Judge Tabby.
Can I do 1?
I'm sorry?
Can I do 1 p.m.?
Mr. Wells Codell, I think we should do 2.
No, he's saying, I think he's trying to talk about the time.
Yeah,
I can only set it for,
So sorry.
I can only set it for 9. Sometimes your counsel can work it out with the judge assigned to see if they'll do something that works for all of the parties. But I set them at 9, so that's going to be the time.
Okay.
Okay, Your Honor.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Bond will continue. And while Ms. Gaines, I will get on your clients about when they are not respectful of others. I will tell you that while you went into the breakout room, I was telling Mr. Codell I couldn't call his case. He had seen that you went into the breakout room with Ms. Kleeman and Mr. Washington. I told him I was going to pass it. He was exceedingly respectful, understood his case would be delayed, and did not give me one iota of any problems regarding that. Didn't huff and puff because he had to wait a month. So he deserves kudos for that. So you say the good things, you say the bad things about folks. So I just wanted you to know that. All right? Thank you.
Mr. Wells Codell is always a gentleman when I work with him as well. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you, Your Honor. And that's just a little snippet of a day in the life of Judge Simpson. That'll bring us to a close for tonight. Please like, share, and subscribe. Be kind to one another and release the Krakens as we march along here from day one. Have a great night.